Hello everybody and welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, welcome, come on in. This is the last episode in my Week of Colour collab that I have been posting here on YouTube and on my Instagram. So I have posted 7 new videos in the last 7 days. This is the last installment of the Week of Colour. I will pop up the graphic here of all of the prompts that I've been following all week. If you want to go back and watch any of these prompts, my prompts from the last week, you absolutely can do. Also join in. The Week of Colour does not stop just because the Week of Colour is done. I highly encourage you to take one of these prompts and go forth. Create your look. I would absolutely love to see it if you do. But today, it's Sunday. It is the last day of the Week of Colour and we are bingoing our largest rainbow palette. And the largest palette that I have in my collection, well, I've got a few. I've got all of the Beauty Bay 42 pan palettes and this is my favourite one, so I'm going to use this one. This is the Bright 2.0. I was deciding between this or the Bright, like the original Bright, and then they also do a Bright matte. I just have the shimmery and matte ones, Bright and Bright 2.0, and I am more drawn to this colour story, so I went for this one and we're going to be completely randomising it today. Getting at least 5 shades, but maybe more. Let's see what the bingo gods have got for me today. And I really need to get some other videos filmed today because although the Week of Colour is over, I do post 3 times a week usually, and I've got some other videos that I need to film for next week. So I need to hopefully have a good makeup look today. But let's see what the makeup gods have in store for me. So you can just use a random number generator. If you're clever and you can count past 5, that confuses me. I can't do that. I know a lot of people do that. I have put all of the shades into an app. So it will tell me the shade, and I've also put what row it's on. So let's just go ahead and pick at least, like I say, at least 5 shades, but maybe more. Let's just see how this goes. So shade number 1 is going to be Macaron, which is, oh, it's a light pink. Okay, not a massive fan of a pink, but I can make a pink work. I was concerned that this palette is sort of quite deep and quite jewel toned, so I was concerned that I was going to get a very dark colour story, but first up we've got a nice pastel-y pink shade, so let's pick shade number 2. Okay, we're going pink today apparently. We've got Wild. Oh, actually this is a red, and again this is matte. Okay. Not the biggest fan of the pink, not the biggest fan of a red, but let's see where this is going to go. Let's pick shade number 3. Island. Okay, so this is the beautiful, beautiful teal, like tealy green. Okay, so we're going full Christmas mode, that's fine. So this is the colour story so far. We have got at least another 2 shades to pick, but I really want a shimmer. This palette is like, it's not quite 50% shimmers. There are maybe a few more mattes, but I'd really, really like a shimmer. But also I really want sort of a cohesive colour story that I feel like I can work with. So let's just wait and see how this is going to go. So shade number 4 is Fig. Okay, so this is another matte. This is a dark sort of burgundy shade. Anybody want to tell me what my plan is? I don't hate it. Does anybody want to tell me what my plan is? Okay, so now I'm going to get just like a random blue shimmer or something, aren't I? And it's not going to go with anything. I've just spoken that into fruition. Okay, so let's pick shade number 5. And we may have to keep on going. Cobra. Okay. This is like a greeny gold shimmer. More I was about to say more gold, but it is quite green. I'm gonna pick another one. We have to use everything that we pick, so I can't just pick 40 shades and then use what I want from that. The shades that I pick I have to use. I'm gonna pick one more. And now I'm scared, I shouldn't have done that. Sneakers. Okay, that's the white. Okay, yes, I'm gonna leave it at this. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But the matte white. Okay. We can... what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with this colour story? Okay, so we've got 1 shimmer, 5 mattes, random green. Honestly, I feel like if that green wasn't in there, I would be so happy with this. But what am I gonna do with that matte green? Other than probably what I am gonna do, which is a smoky wing. Let me do an eyeshadow primer, zoom you in, and we can create a very festive eyeshadow look. So I'm just using the Beauty Bay eyeshadow primer, the All Set Eye Base in the shade 2. Got that all over the lid, and let's just try and come up with something that's not gonna scream Father Christmas, because this colour story is just screaming Christmas in nearly August to me. And even at Christmas, I don't like red and green. For Christmas, I would go like lilac and blue and silver, not green and red. So let's just try something. I'm going to go in with that pink through the crease. And I'm going to do what I always do, which is hopefully something quite nice and smoky. So into macaroon. Is it macaroon? Macaron? It's got 2 O's. Macaroon. I don't know. And we are going to blend this out with a fluffy brush and hope for the best. Like I say, I don't even really like pinks, so this is I mean, I do feel like for a lot of the other days I have created looks that I'm very comfortable in, so this one is pushing me out of my comfort zone. I'm not happy about it, but here I am doing it anyway. And I do also just want to say a massive thank you whilst I blend out this pink. A massive thank you if you have taken part in this week of colour. It has been so much fun. I have had so much fun looking through like, there hasn't been that many YouTube videos. If you've done a YouTube video this week for the week of colour, please tag me, because I haven't seen all that many. But if you've done an Instagram post, I think I've seen all of them. But if I haven't like reacted to it, if I haven't shared it on my Instagram stories, etc, etc, please tag me, make me aware of your posts, because I feel like I must have missed some. I've seen tons though. It's been so much fun. You're all so lovely joining in. Thank you so much to everybody that has joined in this week, that has taken part in the prompts. It's been so much fun seeing the creativity, like the detail in some of the looks. Like, people have done like stuck flowers to, like craft sort of flowers to the side of their face, the graphic line, the blending, the colours. Oh, it's been so much fun. I have gotten so much inspiration from other people's posts this week, so if I've missed any, please tag me, make me aware of them. I want to see them, really truly, I want to see them. And it's been a lot of fun, like the ones that I have seen. I'm just so proud of you all, you're so talented. So I'm just going to take that same brush and go into Sneakers, which is the matte white, and I'm going to put that on the inner part of the crease, just to brighten it up a bit in there. So I feel like we're going to end up going quite dark today, which I didn't really want, but if there's a matte white, you know what, I'm happy. I feel like we can use this in a few different ways, so let's just buff this out, basically like right up to the inner part of my brow bone, like right up inside, like the inside bit of my nose here, right up to the brow bone, really, really brighten up right in there. And I'm also just tickling a little bit of that white over the top edge of the pink as almost like a brow bone highlight, like really brighten up there. So let's go ahead and get a slightly smaller brush. None of my brushes are clean because I've posted every single day this week, okay? None of my brushes are clean. It's a miracle that I still have brushes at this point. So taking a smaller brush, and what's my plan? I think I need to go into the red, then the burgundy, then the shimmer, and then the green as the wing. That's all I'm coming up with. So it was wild, wasn't it? Let me check my app. What shade did I actually pick? Yes, wild and fig for the red tones. Okay, so wild on the brush there. And let's pop that here. I will blend that into the crease a little bit in a sec, but I want to get the, sorry, I was completely covering my face there, wasn't I? I want to get the darker colour on before I blend this too much. So plenty of that fig shade. Let's just place that down. Then let's just take the same brush into fig and pack that on the outer corner, and then start blending all of that into the pink that we put through the crease first. I'm just going to stick with that same brush and go back into a bit of the pink just to blend that into the crease and like a little bit above the crease as well. I'm like barely even touching the skin, just a really light little tickle of that macaroon shade just to soften down, add a bit more of the pink so that the red and the burgundy don't completely take over all of this. And I will just use a little bit of the pink as well just to blend out the red across the lid, because that red's gonna have to somehow transition into the green shimmer that completely goes. Completely. I'm so glad that we picked that shimmer. So I think I'm just about as happy as I possibly could be with the colour story that has been drawn for me. So I'm just going to take my finger and go into Cobra, which is a very pretty shimmer. Like this paired with like the greens and maybe the purples, I would have been thrilled with that. But also I definitely have done a look like that this week. I must have done a green look this week, like a properly green look. I don't know which way is up. I am delirious after this week, truly. But let's just add some of that Cobra onto the inner part of the eye here. Does it go? I'm having to use it anyway. I think I'm going to be redoing my makeup today for the looks that you're going to see next week, because I need to film more videos today, and this look I just don't think is going to be, this look is going to be it, you know? I've got a feeling. I'm not thrilled with it, but I would love to hear what you would have done with this colour story. Because maybe it's just the exhaustion, but I have creative block. I don't know what else I could have done with this. So I'm just taking a more sort of dense pencil brush into Cobra just to get that a little bit further in and also help blend that up a little bit. I will add more white to like brighten that up because that's slightly darker shimmer than what I would usually go for. So I will need to lighten it up, but I want those shimmers to be seen because that's all we've got. And I am a magpie. That's another thing that I've noticed this week through other people's posts on like Instagram and stuff. I thought I was a magpie, but wowzers trousers, you lot can use glitter and I am here for it. I have been loving the intense chunky glittery looks. I need to get my hands on more glitter. Like, I have glitter. I have glitter, but so many of the looks that you've been posting on Instagram have been like really chunky glitter and also gems. Definitely need to get me some gems because, like I say, I'm a magpie and I like shiny sparkly things and I don't have gems. Like, I don't have little rhinestones. I don't have diamantes. Can I even call myself a magpie? I mean, I am. I am. If there's a shimmer available, I'm covering myself in it, but I need gems. I need rhinestones. I need all of it. I need a trip to Hobbycraft. That's what I need. I'm trying to think when I could fit in a trip to Hobbycraft. I don't have time for that. I mean, maybe after this week I do. Let's get through the week, shall we? I don't think I even said what I was doing there. I'm adding more white over the top of that green shimmer. So let's see. Actually, this is going a little bit sort of orangey where that shimmer is going over those reds. I'm not mad at that. I quite like that. Let's add a bit more wild, which was that bright red, just to blend that shimmer. That went directly into my retina. Oh, I'm real glad that happened. Okay. Adding a little bit more of the bright red onto a closed eye, because when you're doing your eyeshadow, you probably should think about closing your eye before you jab a brush straight into your retina. But let's just add a little bit more. It's almost going a little bit bronzy. I quite like how that's looking. So that is just a little bit more wild over the top. Let's just do a little bit of blending over the very top. And you know what? I think we might be done. Yeah. It's fine. My catchphrase at this point, it's fine. I'm not the biggest fan. So I'm just going to take a sort of flat brush. And what green was it? Was it Island? Let me check again. I don't trust my own memory. Yes, Island. Okay, so in the pan it looks more teal, but on the swatch here it looks more like a sort of forest green. Okay, that's fine. So I'm taking that brush on, I'm taking that shimmer, oh my god! I'm taking that green matte. I need to sleep. It's been a week. Yeah, taking that Island shade on the more sort of flat pencil brush sort of thing, and I'm going to try and create some sort of smoky wing, and I'm just going to sort of stamp this along the lash line. I don't love doing a wing like this, but if anything's going to make this look better for me, it is a wing. So let's try and create a shape that I'm happy with. I won't be happy with it, but let's try. You know what? It's fine. I wouldn't say I hate it. I've definitely had worse bingos. Do I like it? No. Am I going to do it ever again? No. Is it fine? Yeah. I feel like whenever I have one of these videos where I keep going, it's fine, I always get comments like, we know it's not fine. And it's not, but like, is it just makeup? Yeah. Is it affecting anybody? No. Like, it's barely even affecting me. I'm just sad that I'm gonna have to take it off and redo my makeup to film something after this, but that's fine. I can do that. I could also do with a nap, but that's fine. It also doesn't help that I am so over caffeinated that, like, literally I'm shaking. I've had so much caffeine, so much sugar. Have I even eaten today? No? Can somebody please send help? Oh, goodness me. What a week it has been. I mean, I've had fun. I feel like I'm ending it on a downer now with this, but it's my own fault for putting the bingo at the end of the week. I should have put something else at the end of the week. Oh well, next time. I will know that for next time. But let me go ahead and clean this up under the eyes. I will do the rest of my face and then we can decide what we want to do under the eye. I may just add that fig, that sort of burgundy shade, because I feel like that got lost in the blend a little bit here. Might add that. Obviously more of the white onto the inner corner, but I will go ahead, do the rest of my face, and I will be right back to finish up day 7 of the week of colour. Okie dokie, so I'm just adding a little bit more white onto the inner corner, but also like where I had to put my concealer, all up in here, and I sharpened up underneath the green with just micellar water on a cotton pad, sharpened up this outer corner. I feel like I prefer this now that it's like nearly done. Do I love it? No. Still no, but I feel like there are a few redeeming qualities, mainly the white on the inner corner and the green wing. I still don't love the pinks and the reds, but alas, here they are upon my eyeballs. So I'm going to go back in with that same small brush into Fig, which was that burgundy that, like I say, I feel like it just got a little bit lost in the blend. So I'm going to run that. Oh, look at me putting that all the way along the lower lash line. I guess I'm putting that all the way along the lower lash line. So often, like when I do my makeup, not even just like when I'm filming it, but just when I'm getting ready for my real life outside of this room, so often I will just do the same thing and then I'll get to the end and I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's like muscle memory. It's like I do it without even thinking about it. Did I want that all the way along? I hadn't even thought that far ahead, so yeah, maybe I did. maybe I did. Yeah, but now I've got to do it on the other side as well. Even if it wasn't necessarily the plan, I had maybe thought I would have the lighter pink further in, but alas, now there is no space. There we go, so an accidental red smoky under eye. It's fine. I'm gonna use a smaller, did I use this brush already? I think I might have used that to add some of that green shimmer onto the lid. Anyway, I wiped it off. And I'm going to go into Sneakers, which was that matte white. And I'm really going to intensify that right onto the inner corner, because if anything's going to make me happy, it's going to be a matte white on the inner corner. Absolutely. Yeah, you know what, yeah. At this point, it is what it is. I basically wasn't in control of any of that. I feel like I'm making a lot of mouth noises. I'm sorry if that upsets you, but I don't I don't know. I don't have any strong feelings. I just don't really like it. It's not bad. If I saw someone in Tesco with this makeup, I would be like, you look incredible. I'm just doing hand movements now. Yeah, it's makeup, it's fine. I'm going to go ahead and take off the crusty dusties off the top of my mascara, do my mascara, go for a nap, go for a lay down in a dark, quiet room, and then we're done. Have I mentioned it's been a week? Yeah, you know what, now the mascara's on. I was about to lie to you. I can't do it. I can't lie. I don't like it. But now the mascara's on and it's like mostly covering it up, I feel better about it. I think the problem is, first world problem, but I feel like the problem is this week I have just done so many looks that I love. If you haven't watched the other days, I highly, highly recommend you do. So many of the other looks that I've done this week I have loved. The pink with the yellow for day 2, the teal with the purple for day 3, the watercolour like with one brush. There were so many looks this week. I feel like I was overdue a flop. I was hoping I could get through the week without a flop, but it's fine. It's not bad. It isn't bad. I'm aware that it's not bad. I'm just being very, very critical of myself because the other 6 looks that I've done this week, I have loved all of them. I have loved them so much. Like some of my favourite looks I've ever done, I have done in the last 6 days. And I feel like it's such a shame to end it on such a downer, but also it's not bad. It's not. It's certainly not the worst look I've ever done. By a long stretch. I've done a lot worse. I've done a lot worse in eyeshadow bingos, and I've done a lot worse when I have complete control over the colours that I've picked, and the shades that I've picked, and the palettes that I've used. So, I have had a question earlier this week. I can't remember who it was or what day it was or anything, but someone did ask me if I'm going to do this again next year. Yes, I will keep on doing a week of colour. I will do this again next year. I will probably put the rainbow day in the middle of the week so that I don't have to end on this. Just because I don't love it, but it could have been. I really hope someone does who has taken part in all of these days or some of these days or one of these days or something. I really hope somebody does an eyeshadow palette bingo and they come up with a look that they love. I have done looks that I love with an eyeshadow palette bingo. I have put together colour combinations that I have continued to use in my everyday life through firstly using them in an eyeshadow palette bingo. It absolutely can be done. Did I do it today? No. The bingo gods clearly wanted me to just knock me down a peg or two. I was getting too cocky. I was getting too big for my boots this week, but this is I'm rambling again. This is the look for day number 7. An eyeshadow palette bingo with my largest rainbow palette. And this is what I came up with. So if you have taken part in any of these prompts this week, please make me aware of wherever it is that you have posted it. Instagram, wherever. I want to know about it. I want to know what look you came up with, what prompt you followed. I want to know how you have enjoyed this week of colour. And like I say, I will be doing it again. I will absolutely do it again next year. I probably will change it around a little bit just because I feel like was a mistake doing a bingo for the last day. Like, it was always going to be a risk. But I won't do that again. I will change that for next year. But I would love to hear if you have taken part online or just in your everyday life, what thoughts you have had around the week of colour. So I will be going back to 3 videos a week, honestly. Let me sleep for a day or two, and then I will probably come back with like 5 videos next week, because I've got things to be catching up on now. But that is everything. That is the roundup for my week of colour. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I have had so much fun creating these looks. I have had so much more fun looking at your content that you've been posting online as well. I really do feel like, obviously, I have been in the, like, I have been seeing everybody's looks. I have been trying to see everybody's looks, trying to catch up with everybody, but I really do feel like it's just been so lovely for this little corner of the internet to just have this little bit of colourful fun. But that is everything for the week of colour. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Thank you ever so much for joining in. If you have in any capacity, I really, really hope that you have had as much fun as I have. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye bye.